All right, everybody. We want to welcome y'all back for this season. It is season 2. We have a very special guest tonight. For y'all who don't know, my name is Cush. That's my business partner, my best friend, my ace. That's Breezy. And I'm gonna let our guest introduce herself because I don't think I could find the right words to introduce who she is and everything she does. So, Jazz, go ahead and give these people a peek into who you are and introduce yourself.
Okay, we're gonna make it really formal. I'm shy. No, but hey guys, I'm Jasmine. I am the founder and the creator behind the Tactical Baddie brand. We're primarily on YouTube, but I do extend to other platforms, Instagram and TikTok. And my movement, I call my followers Batty Brigade. My movement is totally about being unique and being true and genuine to your own style as a woman, your lifestyle, the ins and outs, because we deal with a lot. We wear all the hats, but doing that and also learning to protect yourself, female empowerment, women's empowerment, weapons operation, and then just going about your daily life doing all the cute things that you normally do, but just knowing you got that thing on you and you can protect yourself at the same time because two things can be true at once. So
That's right.
that's pretty much what I'm what I'm out
We
here preaching.
need one of these right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's amazing. And that's I know when we originally connected was last year sometime or the year before, but I remember seeing your content and I was like, bruh, she is dope. And I
Oh.
you know what I love about you? Like one of the biggest things, the first thing people look at is looks, right? And the first thing I saw is that you're not like tacked out 100% of the time. I know when you go to the range, you have your gear on,
Yeah.
but for the most part, what I saw that was going viral was like maybe it's you in a dress, or maybe it's you in a just a regular like relaxed Sunday fit, or brunch fit, or corporate work, and it's like, man, I don't think the space has a lot of people who are like tactical and they're sports shooters. We have some amazing guests lined up for this season who are professional shooters, but I like that you do very much outside facing. You're like, hey y'all, I got into the gun space and this is how I carry while remaining fashionable. And that's dope. So can you tell us like what's the inspiration behind that?
The inspiration behind it, honestly, is just to your point, there's a lot of people that are tacked out, geared up, all the things, all the bells and whistles can be very intimidating when you come in contact with them or share space with them. But mine was more so, okay, well, when my husband got into training and just taking that, it was during the pandemic, so just taking that more
Right.
seriously, getting into classes, getting into training with like some ex special forces guys and stuff, and then I'd be seeing him actually like watching things, doing the studying, gearing up, going to the range and stuff, and I'm like, now that's cool, but I'm not trying to do all that.
Right.
Like,
Flipping over barrels and
yeah, the Hercules bag and like the full, just the full thing, like
yo.
wearing plate carriers under your clothes and doing not that he does that, but just some people just really really go hard and get into it. But I was like, okay, so is there a way that I need to do all that,
Right.
or can I just train and have this piece of my life and then just integrate it into everything I'm already doing? So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, so I want to protect myself, I want to train, but I'm not trying to buy a whole new wardrobe. And it's a very expensive hobby. I'm sure y'all have
Oh
really
yeah.
into it. So
Hobby. That's cute. Hobby. No.
look, it's a very expensive hobby to get into.
so so what was like the first step you took?
So the first step I took actually was saying, okay, so he had been asking me to come to the range, and I was saying it's too hot because it was during the summer in Texas, and he was like, well, okay, so I think he was more into like, how can I entice her to shoot? So in my thing was everything looked big and intimidating, and I knew I didn't want the little, I call them little pea shooters that the little cute
Right.
ones, but I also didn't want the big full service heavy duty handgun either. So I was like, okay, so maybe if I get into rifling first, that'll kind of
Yeah.
just kind of warmed me up to the idea of carrying a handgun on me all the time. So I was like, I'll shoot with you if you can give me a pink rifle. And then
So
he was like, all right, cool. So he made one. And then that's kind of how I got into it. Just going out there with him, learning the weapons manipulations and stuff. And it kind of was like a bonding thing with Cole. It was all stuck in the house. So it was
yep.
kind of like a bonding thing for us. And then I started seeing some of the stuff that was happening during the pandemic. I was like, you know what? It might be something to carrying and doing all this. So that's when I picked up the handgun too. So I was like, okay, so I got the rifle down. Handgun's a little more snappy, a little more intimidating, actually, contrary to popular belief. Yeah. So I got that. I just kind of started dry firing in the house to get more comfortable with it. And then we finally went to the range. And then I started busting and been busting ever since.
So you kind of touched on it. So you got started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was because your husband was training with, ex special forces, and that's what really like put the steam up under you.
Yeah. It seemed to be like the gun community just started to really grow. People started kind of seeing that you didn't have to go to the military or be like in police or SWAT to learn these things. The information is out there. You just have to know where to find it and be willing to invest in it. So I didn't even know it was a possibility.
That's a great way to put it. Invest in it. The time, it's not only monetary, it's time as well.
Absolutely.
It's the training that comes with it. And I'm smiling because Cush and I jumped off the deep end during the pandemic. We're like stimulus money.
My boy, don't put us out there. No, he ain't wrong though. No, I mean, our business, our old business, like blew up. We were making more money than what we knew what to do.
Well,
with.
That too, because everyone had that free, right? They had, a lot of people working remote, so people were trying to find. They were going stir crazy, us as well, and we went off the deep end with gun shows. Like they're like, y'all, where y'all going?
Still being had. That's cool. So, all right. So that tells us the timeline of like how you started, and now you're. Did you want to create content, or you just uploaded a video?
I did. I actually was kind of like playing around with creating content anyway. I was just like, I don't really know. I was also following, like, this was when all the social media growth people were kind of like popping up on YouTube too. And it was like, well, okay, so I've learned all this digital marketing, like social media marketing stuff, like, but I don't have a niche. Like, I don't have anything specific that I could be talking about. So it kind of, I really started recording myself to check like my draw and to check like the mechanics of shooting better. Cause like we'd always come home and then I'd slow it down and be like, oh, my wrist broke a little hard on that. Oh, my grip is a little high, And then I was like, you know what? This is a good video. So then I think I started uploading shorts first, shooting. Before I kind of got into the long form content. So, now that I think about it, that was just, I kind of stumbled into creating it as content. I was very much wanting to get into the shooting itself, but the content piece of it was just kind of happenstance.
Now, was the first time we met, was that at Pew Party? Yeah, right?
In person?
Yeah, in person.
Yes, it was at Pew Party.
Yeah. Because I remember I met you and your husband. And one, you're tall, and your husband does look like, he'll kick somebody in the chest. But it was so good. Like, that was an event. When was that? Was that last
March 2020?
It had to be 24.
It was it last year?
Was it last year?
Yeah.
No, wait, was it?
Yeah. Look, I don't know, but what was cool is to see just a massive community come out and go to that event. And more importantly, it was dope to see how many ladies were there actually like making the rounds, shooting at the in the bays that were provided. And I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. Yo, Breeze. So Breezy cuts up beats while we're talking and while he's talking with us. Breeze, play whatever sample you got, because I know you got something cooking, brother.
I was trying to sneak in over here. You put me on blast. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do right now. Hold on, I'll tell you in 1 second. Here, this is the song.
Oh, he'll chop that.
I don't know how well that's coming through on the.
No, it sounds good. Okay.
Okay.
There was an episode last season. I forgot who it was, but we thought he was going to go like hard.
Lido. I think it was
it Lido?
I think
hard rap. And he kind of
yeah?
turned it into a reggae beat.
Yeah,
We were like,
they had this like it had this drag to it.
Yeah, it
Like,
was wild. Yeah. So
Ah,
he'll be
so
that's
chopping that
nice.
up.
I like that. That's a
might just,
vibe.
might just see my hands for a minute, but
Oh no,
That
you
little,
good.
his little ginger hands.
a little
Not
But
shake your hands.
all right, cool. So you kind of stumbled into content creation.
hmm
What was your first clip that went viral? Hey, cause shout out to you. I saw a couple of yours do 1 million plus, and the traction on those are just mind blowing because I equate that to when me and Breezy own the recording studio. You know, we come from the era of like tape sales and CD sales. So
hmm
when I see an influencer, and I hate to use that term, right? Influencer, tastemaker might be the right word, but
Hey, Maker, I like that.
when I see a tastemaker go dumb viral like that, the first thing I think about is that's the equivalent to 1 million people walking into the store and asking for your content. So I just look at it from a business perspective, always do,
Yeah.
always have. And it's amazing because I don't think a lot of creators, I think they realize that they are influencers. I just don't think they realize how impactful y'all are. And I'm not, pigeonholing you into a corner and just saying you're a creator because I know that you're a professional in real life and you're married, you're mama. So there's all these different facets to you. What was it like when you saw that first clip go viral? Yeah, like,
Okay, so
yeah, like that.
so I recorded it, right? And it was, I think I put it out and it didn't like start to run and do its thing until I want to say 5 or 6 months after I posted it. So it
Wow.
was like I just started. So they say, like, you record and you put things up, and I was just kind of doing it for fun. So I just
Yeah.
kind of had built up this little, I guess, video inventory on my YouTube. So once one video, people would see one video, they would kind of go down the little rabbit hole and watch another and watch another and watch another. But that first one, I was like, at work when I was still going to the office and stuff, I would call my husband and be like, I just got like 20 subscribers in one day. What is happening? Like, I was lit off of I was lit off of 10,000 views. So I was like, this is crazy. Oh, I got my first little viral video, 10,000 views. And then it just kept going and kept going. And I really knew it was like reaching a big audience when I started getting some hate mail. I started
No, you got
yes,
hate mail?
and I started getting nasty comments and stuff like from people
Wow.
from different countries. And I was like, and then I
Wow.
wasn't even offended. I was like, I made it. You'll
there
make
there are there are
it.
some nasty people out there.
Yes,
Miserable.
I say you haven't made it till you get your first hater. So, but
That's a
no.
fact.
In all seriousness, I was really shocked. I didn't think anybody cared that much.
And so then what was it? After that you just kept going ham with the content, like as far as
Well, I recorded it and then I like recorded another later in the week. And then I did another, like I had maybe like 6 weeks where I was like really kind of going hard with the shorts, with the outfit changes and the concealed carry attire and everything. And then I took a little break because that was when I actually did have to go back to the office for work. So I didn't have as much time. And then I saw the first one and against the one to with the crop top and the shorts from Victoria Monet with the on my mama in the background. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I was like, okay, so this is cute. People like this. So then I kind of like looked at, compared my content, my videos to one another, and I was like, people seem to really like this one. So that's when I kind of leaned into creating more of the outfit changes, wardrobe changes. This is, you can wear it in a setting. Think you can't carry your gun in this? Yeah, you can. And those things started kind of taking off for me. So I was lit. I was lit.
You know what's funny for men? One of the guests that we had on last season, Amber, she's a tall sister. I love how tall she is. I just love tall women. That's not That's not. Let me be clear. That's not me just like hitting on her. No, nothing like that. It's just I like when I see a tall woman, and I didn't realize how tall she was till I met her in person at SHOT Show, and one of my contacts in the space was like, hey man, do you know Amber? And I was like, yeah. She goes, I love her content because she not only makes content for big women,
Mm-hmm.
meaning tall,
Yeah.
Women who have different bust sizes. And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. She goes, yeah. She goes, for guys, it don't matter if you have a belly or not. You can appendix carry and you're good.
Mhm.
She goes, but for women, we have different body types, different body styles. Our bust might be bigger, our bust might be smaller. We might have bigger hips, bigger waist. And I was like, I didn't think about that. So you amongst a few other ladies that I know, y'all in body type, y'all even vary. But it's cool to see the content because I don't think companies realize like you can't make a one size fits all,
Not
especially
at
for
all.
women.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that your content goes performs the way it does because you speak for so many women who can relate to what you might be going through, whether it's man, who's the creator. I think I just met her, Emily, out in I think she's in Texas too. Yeah, her name is Emily. She goes by a princess and a pistol or a princess and a pea or something like that.
Oh, I found that. Okay.
Yeah, she's going viral because she wears hers like right on her hip, but you look at her and you would never think
Yeah.
she has a gun. And that's what I love about women who carry is that y'all can stay true to yourselves. Like me and Breezy, we say all the time, bro, there ain't no reason for us to be walking around here with boots, with cargo pants, with
Right.
at vest. And so to see you carry now, hold on. Do you prefer off body or on body?
In hot Texas summer, I prefer off body, but
Yeah.
even my off body is still kind of on body. I do
Is
the
it?
fanny pack thing. It's easy to get away with when you got kids, especially.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I kind of do the cross body or the fanny pack or something. I prefer off body, but on body is definitely, if you can make it functional, it's the best option.
That's dope. So tell us about the Batty Brigade. Because
Oh,
I know about it. I do my due diligence when
yeah.
one I've just known you for at least a year, so I've been following. But for people who don't know, tell us what the Batty Brigade is.
So I call that my babes and baddies that are like follow me or subscribe to me. I like to call them supporters actually on YouTube. Support me on YouTube, the different platforms. But the people that I have, there's people that find you like through virality, but then there's also the people that are kind of like there building
Yeah.
with you from day one. But those are the people that I speak to in my videos. The person who has a gun but is afraid to carry, but came to the channel to learn how to do it right so that they don't have to be afraid. Or the person who's starting at ground zero or maybe doesn't know where to start, is just kind of developing the idea. No matter what range of learning or experience you're on, from the baby pew owner to the experienced tactician,
Right.
it's a place in the Batty Brigade for you because we talk
Yeah.
about various different things. So,
Now, let me ask you real quick. Do you train women like at a range or no?
yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool because not only do you train on video, because whether people admit this or not, you're getting some form of education on YouTube. Now, whether it's good or bad, I know yours is good because I've seen your content, but they call it YouTube University for a reason. So
Absolutely.
it's cool that you get to train digitally, but
Mm-hmm.
also in person. And do you feel a higher responsibility because of that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I always say I'm how somebody says measure twice, cut once. Like I always not censor myself, but I'm just very careful about the type of like advice or information that I give out. I try to really be understanding or empathetic to where somebody is in the stage, like their journey, why they got into firearms, because everybody's story is different. It might be a prior experience, a negative experience, or you could just know that the experiences are possible and you trying to get ahead of it. So I definitely feel a great sense of responsibility in that. And I know I was taught the correct way, the right way. And I know I was even talking to Destiny the other day. And well, I say the other day, but like people the other day be last year. And she's like, you can't even enjoy movies or you can't even enjoy certain posts anymore because the first thing you see is, ooh, why they pick that up like that? Or oh, I do that. You know, they have to be aware of those things. So I know, like you mentioned earlier, like even if we don't like to say influencers, we have influence. So I like to, I take it really seriously, what I'm telling, how I'm telling it, and who I'm telling it to.
Shout out to Dez. Dez, I love you. I love Jazz. There's Amber. I love y'all. I will always champion women as a whole. But like y'all specifically, I love y'all, root for y'all because we have the relationships we do. So what's that? What's the expression the young folks are saying? I love y'all real bad or something like that.
Yeah, I love you real bad, real big.
I heard my wife say that the other day. She was like, I was like, man, I hear a lot of like the younger generation. She's like, baby, you're getting old.
Or love her down. Oop, love her
Love
down.
her down. Yeah. All right, cool. I'll be that. But yeah, that's cool. So you do feel a higher sense of responsibility because you do create content. And now, one thing you said at the beginning when you were introducing yourself was how you make sure you empower women through your content. And I'm sure you do it in class, but I think you have a broader reach online just because you can only fit so many women or people into a class.
Right.
Do you are you conscious about that, like when you're creating the content, or do you just kind of like, no, okay, I'm gonna create certain things? But because I love the whole empowerment thing, it's impressive. I love that. I'm big on that.
Yeah, I believe empowerment just naturally comes through knowledge. Like when you're taught something, when you seek out the knowledge and you're trying to get better and you're trying to learn something, you're already open to a new experience and you're already open to the information I'm giving you. But when I am the biggest way I empower women is just to show them, girl, I am not like Lara Croft or anything by any means. Like if I could learn it, you can learn it too. This is where I started. This is what I normally do. This is how I carry. So, and the next person might not do it the same. As long as we have the basic fundamentals, we're safe, we're doing what we got to do, then your style is your style. The way that works for you is the way that works for you. Like you mentioned earlier, the way you carry, the type of weapon you carry, it just varies from, it's different between women and men. It's different from person to person. So that's just how I like to empower people as well. Just let you know, you do have a choice. You can do this, and it can be fun. Like it can be fun. That was my biggest thing getting into it. Like I need to have fun. I'm not gonna stick with it. That's just my ADD. I'm not if it's not fun or novel, I'm not gonna want to stick with it. So.
Yeah. Now our podcast does air on streaming platforms, including YouTube, where people can watch. But for the listeners, y'all can't see this, but Jazz has her nails done, and I love that because there are women in the space who intentionally will not get their nails done because they are, carrying firearms. And if anything, that speaks to the truth into what she's saying, right? Like you can be still soft and still lady. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, ladylike or
I say ladylike, yeah.
Yeah, ladylike and carry and still be an all around badass with it. So I love that because it does speak truth into what you do. Now, kind of like fast forward, because all right, so at this point you've done you've hit virality several times, you're still going viral, and then a life change happens, and then your content starts changing. So you had a beautiful little baby.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us about that.
So I knew things would change, but it kind of happened so suddenly that I was like, I can't shoot anymore. Like I can't even go. Like I have to even be careful dry firing and handling, the different materials and everything. And what was crazy was I actually got my instructor's certification when I was 9 weeks pregnant. So that was the last time that I shot, when I took my shooting exam. So it was a very long time. So I sat down. I know when I talked to you, I was like, man, the content's going to be looking a little bit different because I can't go to the range. I can't teach. I can't do any of those things. So when I got my instructor certification, I even had to just kind of do classroom based things because I can't teach you guys because of the lead exposure, the sound, all of that stuff. So It definitely looked different, but I was like, you know what? I have never seen personally, not saying they weren't out there, but it never made it across my feed. Anybody concealed carrying or doing concealed carry looks that's pregnant. So I was like, okay, so how are we gonna figure this thing out? So that's just when the wheels went to turning. And then I started talking to different brands, and then I even like put some of my own outfits together. And I was like, what are some ways that I can carry? And that's how I also discovered new products. I usually carried around the waist some type of way, right in the front, or like off body in a bag.
Yep.
But after that, I was like, okay, there's shorts. Okay, I could carry up high. I can do, different things like that. So that was the biggest change, just not being able to shoot.
I was just about to ask because when a woman is pregnant, your body is changing for all those 9 months. You know what I'm saying? And so, how much would you say you had to go looking for clothes that would fit you?
Like would just fit me, or would fit and that I could carry.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, fit and that you can carry. Sorry, yeah.
That part actually wasn't as difficult once I kind of figured out, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like I kind of decided, okay, so we have to find a different way to carry. We have to make the content look different. I just kind of did what I was continuing to do, but just making minor adjustments. Like the wardrobe, I already wore like a lot of athleisure, like a lot of stretchy things, yoga pants, leggings and things like that. And then pregnant women's favorite, dresses, because you don't have to worry. You just worry about one piece of clothing. You don't have to match anything together.
That's it.
So I was like, how can I carry but in a dress and get around this belly? So then that's when I stumbled upon like concealed carry shorts and things like that. So I was like, okay, so it's not impossible. I just have to have the right products. So that's also when I started getting more exposure to products and outfits. And I'm like, there's not a lot out here actually. Like a little zhuzhing up. So that's kind of
it'd be interesting to see if there's data on that, like how many women are pregnant in the United States at any given time and how many of them carry. That would be dope to actually see.
That would.
Because honestly, the first time I thought about a woman carrying and while carrying is
I know carrying while carrying, right?
I saw you and Dez's content and I was like, man, this is a interesting take here because it identifies an entire segment of people, ladies, who are like, yo, I want to carry. Because I think what doesn't get talked about enough is the maternal side of motherhood as far as protection, right? You see it in the wild. Usually the ones who protect, like in lions and in those prides, usually the ones who are the most protective are the mothers of the cubs, right? The lions themselves will actually get involved when needed to, but it's usually the lioness who will protect their cubs and provide. So that piggybacks off of what I'm saying is I'm sure your maternal instinct kicked in, right? That's why you're like, I got to figure out how to carry while I carry my baby. And then you're thinking of other things like why you can't train the exposure to lead, the sound affects the baby, right? So how does that look after you give birth? Congratulations, by the way. Does that like I'll let you just answer that question. How does that change after birth? Like, do you still carry off body like in a I was gonna say a satchel, but you know what I mean, a fanny pack?
I do. Yeah. That is usually my primary way of carrying. I have to be a little bit flexible, a little more creative. Like when you have the big diaper bag, I don't lug the big diaper bag around. I have like a smaller bag with like the essentials, like some Vaseline, 2 diapers, some wipes, and some antibacterial stuff. Like if I'm just going in somewhere, I try not to. I know that everybody's not able to do this, but I try not to take my kids many places in public with me. Just like just to eliminate the threat altogether. But I would say carrying pregnant is easier than carrying after you have the baby because you're still your body, and of course you get around the belly. The safety is the safety altogether. So, but after you have them, it's like, okay, so now they're outside of me. So now I have to. They're here, but then I also have to have my firearm. It's like a whole other it doesn't get talked about enough, the level of anxiety, kind of like, especially moms who carry, kind of go through when you're trying to make sure you not only protect yourself, but protect them, but also maintain all the safety checkpoints with the firearm, or not. I carry a knife as well. So all of those things.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then I was under the impression, and even like women that I've spoken with, a lot of them, if they carry, not a lot of them, I won't say, but a few, enough, carried prior to getting pregnant, but then when they got pregnant, they stopped carrying because of the fear of something potentially happening. But I was like, no, it kicked up for me. I already carried all the time, but then my protection senses, I guess, were heightened even more after that. So I was like, I'm absolutely going nowhere without my protection at this point.
That's impressive, because I think that speaks to two different types of people, right? Like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it, and the other ones were like, no, hell no, I'm definitely
I can't afford not to do it at this point, you know.
Right, because it's me and mine versus everybody else at that point, ain't it?
And
so
about the wild, that mama bear, it gets serious.
Right, that part. So let me ask you this, because my kids are now, well, they ain't kids. They're 20, they're 19 and 15. So, but I remember when they were little babies, we had the strollers, the car seats,
all that.
So how do you do you carry? Wait, maybe not. Do you not? The question isn't there. Do you carry? Because I know you do. The question is, how do you take into consideration? I know you do situational awareness. Again, I know you do. I'm asking, like, I've seen people say, oh, when you load a baby into a car, have your back towards the inside of the car because you want to see all threats coming towards you. And instinctually, for me as a man, my wife would be the one who would normally put the child in the car, and I'm just keeping an eye out because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with it all the way.
Yeah.
But I also understood that that's not always the case. Sometimes I won't be around. And so now in 2025, what does that look like for you? Like, are you very conscious about that, or?
Absolutely. And it's funny you say that, because I got like notes in my phone, like for upcoming content, like parking lot safety, like shopping vigilance and stuff like that, because I don't play in the parking lot. I've seen too many security videos. Like, the parking lot is pristine location for stuff to go down. So, like you said, to your point, tips like keeping your back positioned. I'll even I put my baby in the cart a very specific way. I walk in the store with the kids. I like go through the store in a specific way, park strategically. And even when I'm taking them out the car, like, or putting them in and out of the car, that's like the most crucial time to me, because that's when anybody who doesn't have your best interests at heart, trying to take advantage of you, would wait for you to be distracted in those ways, because they know we're
vulnerable.
To those kids. So I definitely do the put your back toward the inside of the car, and I even pull the shopping cart in and make like a little barricade, like with the door open.
Exactly.
So you gotta come at me. You got a lot to get through, and by that time, it's
Dunzo. You know what's one thing I used to do as a young father? Me and my wife had our children really young. We were really young, but when I would go to the store, we would go together grocery shopping, and our first two were back to back. So, like, my youngest, he was still in at that point. He was still in his I don't know, his baby carrier, car seat, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't clip it in the top. You know how they have that select portion where, you can
put them over in the big part, right?
Right. And then I would take, exactly what I would do. Put them there and then put the blanket there, because ain't no way in hell.
No.
All it takes is somebody to tip that thing over, and then.
I do the same thing. I'd be like, well, I'm not going in there getting a mountain of groceries, because I don't like to spend that much time in the store.
Right.
I don't like.
No, I would definitely get a mountain. And shout out.
How could you? You could fit it in there with the baby too.
No, we would have two carts.
That's where the teamwork came in. Okay, I got you.
I want to shout out my boy Breezy, because he's a father of two little beautiful girls, my nieces, and I hear him. I'll be on the phone with him. He'll be like, "Hold on, bro, hold on." And girls, remember, you always have to be aware. That's right. What's that called? And you'll hear my niece go, situational awareness, and I'm like,
well, case in point, we were sitting in a parking lot just leaving the grocery store.
These are the other days.
I had just got, this was 2 days ago. I was on the phone with him. I had just got them in, and I'm always like, all right, babies, I try to prep them. We're gonna be walking outside, lots of people, lots of cars. Like, pay attention to me, stay close to me, keep your head on a swivel. And I happened to get in, I got them buckled in, and I watched this lady, and she didn't look up for like five, like she was on her, just in her phone the whole time. And she parked right next to me. I said, hey, ladies, I said, just look real quick. I'm not trying to get you. I did one of these. And she, like, dude, she was clueless to what was going on, by herself, a young lady. I'm just thinking, you gotta
That's how it
have a little
happens.
more situational aware, because you're right 100%. If you put yourself in the other person's shoes, they're gonna look for the easier target. If you look prepared, and like you're about to, if something pops off, like you look ready, then you might not be the target. So
absolutely. My
I
favorite
just
thing is like always throw out a "Hey, you good?"
yeah,
Always.
Because
And
they
you,
expect you to like be like, "Oh, I hope they're
yeah,
not coming." Hey, I'm not. You good?
yeah.
it's become a joke now, but like me and my brother, we've always looked like two big gorillas. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, like we look intimidating. So we normally, I would say, like in the entirety of my life, most people usually don't mess with us. And obviously when you grow up in the neighborhoods we did, by the time we get to be, young teenagers like 17, 18, they already know we'll go all the way with it.
Yeah.
But I say that because like it, Rob, Breezy, he's not like 6 foot nothing. I'm 5'11", but I mean Breezy, you would look at him and you'd be like, I could probably take this guy. But what a lot of people don't know, and we told this story last season, he upped the strap on somebody at one of our old jobs that we used to work at,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's what this dude. How tall would you say this dude was?
A mountain of
He
a
was like
man.
6'4", 6'5",
I'm not
right?
even trying to make the fish bigger with these, like, this
No, no,
dude
no. He
was,
was huge.
Too
those
big.
scenarios that you play out, like,
Yeah.
it's
WWE
like, what
superstar
is it? It's
size.
fight, flight, or freeze. I
Yeah.
Yep.
was like, I'm gonna have to fight here, because this
Yeah.
guy was on some. He was messing with people at our job. I went out there to help another one of our coworkers out whose car wouldn't start,
He had at
and this
least a foot on
guy,
Breezy. Yeah.
yo, he was a big dude. I'm
Yeah.
not like, I was trying to like not engage him at all. I could see he was out there trying to, because a guy came in like, hey man, there's a guy out there. He was trying to, he got into it with me, and we know him. He carries, and he's like, I told him, not today, bro. I'm not the
Yeah.
right one. So
Finding
I
out
think he
somebody
thought I
else.
was that guy. And I tried to like de-escalate. I did though. I was just like, hey bro, I'm like, it's not me who you think it is. Like, I'm just trying to help. And he had walked up on me and caught me in a bad position. I had opened my door, so I had nowhere to go. And he swung on me, and I just saw it coming at the last second, enough to get out of the way of it, just enough so he didn't totally knock me out. But in that motion, I reached into because I didn't have my concealed at the time. So I was carrying inside the truck, and I happened to grab the firearm, and
Popped out
yeah,
with it. And
yeah,
I'm just not coming out of the bathroom because I have
yeah,
no idea what's happening.
yeah,
And I hear hysteria going
yeah.
on. And I walk out, and one of the dudes, shout out my boy Scooter, he's out there holding a like a napkin going, hey, hey. I'm like,
Trying to get the guy's attention.
yeah, I'm like,
But it
bro.
ended up, there was crazy. There was a few people with concealed, a security guard that's in that plaza, and they somehow, like, the security guard was fumbling his cuffs,
Stumbling.
and he was freaking
Yeah.
out. And essentially they Baker acted the guy, but I was
He
just,
got
in
prison
that
time
moment,
too.
yeah, in that
Most
moment I had
people
a decision, and I said, you know what?
Yeah.
people think when you carry, you like looking for trouble, but it's like, no,
No,
you like say a silent prayer, like,
that's it.
please don't let nobody be with no
That's
Yeah.
nonsense
that.
today. Because I
Yeah,
do not want to, because
no,
contrary to popular belief, whether you the victim or not, nobody knows that in the moment.
yeah.
So if a firearm gets discharged, you
Yeah.
going to jail.
And I'm not endorsing anyone out there. I literally was just about to get my concealed, but in
Yeah.
Florida we could carry it in
In the
as
car.
long as it
Yep.
was a step.
Mhm.
So now I'm fully, I have my concealed, and I make sure I take my firearm
And,
anywhere
and
I
now we
can.
don't need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. And now we don't need it, right?
But you know what's funny, Jazz, is like after that we both started carrying at the job,
Oh
and
yeah.
like the manager at the time was like, no, no one can carry. We're like, well, nah, ain't no way that's happening. Ain't no
Yeah,
way.
nah.
Like,
But
okay.
real quick, yo, Breeze, you got the beat. You got the beat finished.
Yeah, you know what? Full transparency. you know how sometimes things just come together. Other times you got to work it a little harder. It's like, no, it's not bad. You saw me. I was like, yo, why am I sweating? I got out of I came up from that. I'm like, I feel lost in this conversation y'all are having, and why am I sweating? But I got a little something. This is.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Okay, no more disclaimers. That's it. I got some more work to do on it, but.
Okay.
And then so chop that.
Wait, what's she saying?
It's actually got, because I sped it up. Yeah, it's the song is called "Hard to Be in Love." Yeah.
Listen, man. So okay, sorry, we kind of went off on a tangent. That's fire.
We went off the
all right, so
where
now
were we? I missed a lot of this conversation, but I jumped back in.
Good.
You're a brand new mama for the second time now.
Yes.
And your situational awareness is heightened, right? And now you're obviously still conscious about how you carry, where you carry, and how you position yourself in public. Do you look at other women who are pregnant and wonder, man, are they prepared to protect themselves should anything happen?
Yeah, and I honestly hope they do, because I'm not to scare anybody, but like when you go down some of these like dark holes on YouTube or something, there's like lots of police cam footage and things like that you can find. And it seemed like, I'm not trying to age us, but it's elder millennials. There was a time when people wouldn't really mess with kids. They wouldn't really mess with pregnant women. They wouldn't mess with women, period, as much. But now it's like everybody.
Anybody
can get it now. So it's like not a lot of people talk about like the immediate sense of vulnerability you feel when you're pregnant, because there's automatically things you can't do. You can't move as fast. You have to consider how fast your body's changing, and like, oh man, I can't take off and run, the 40 speed that I could before I was carrying all this extra. So I really hope that it's my desire that women, or my hope that a lot of women are actually, before that happens, they're training, because adding that extra anxiety on top of it and waiting until you're in a greater state of vulnerability is, if you can avoid that, is best. But I do look at them, I'm like, sis, okay, at least be paying attention so you can avoid, like you said, the lady didn't look up for however long in the parking lot. Like, something you can always do is just see something before. Give yourself that extra 1 to 2 seconds to react. Do whatever you can, even if you're not carrying anything or you're not at that point in your journey of self-protection. Like, you can always watch your own back.
Now, let me ask you a question, because you said your husband. Oh, go ahead, Breeze. Go ahead.
No, I don't know if y'all touched on this. If you did, my bad. How often are you using the firearm and training throughout the week?
Throughout, I dry fire weekly. I do have like a little regimen. I dry fire. I have and not like trying to plug in products. They ain't sponsor nobody, but the Mantis, the dry fire system that you can do at home with the Mantis laser system, that is a game changer for sure. All you have to do at that point is get to the range and manage the recoil, and then there's even tools you can get to help simulate a recoil, like a CO2 gun or something. But I do train weekly with the dry firing in the house. Like, I also make sure, like, in my rotation on like my playlists and stuff like that, I follow other creators that are doing training. I do a lot of mental training, I'll say, because a lot of the body can't go where the mind's never been. So I also, like, I'll see a scenario, or I'll hear about something, and I'll think about how I might have managed that. Or I'm just always thinking, or have personal safety in the back of my head some type of way. But the range, we get to the range a couple of times a month. Where we actually had Pew Party, we met in person for the first time. That's the range that we train at. Our actual home range. So we go out there at least once or twice a month. Just get some rounds done. But we don't, like, a girl can dream. I pray we at this point, but like the big guys you see on YouTube that are literally 1,000 rounds as they warm up. I'm like, baby, we going home after. How many rounds we shot? Okay, that's enough. Because ammo, all that stuff is expensive. Ammo is expensive, especially training. So,
listen.
But we do get out there. I do think you should do it as often as you can.
Now, the one thing I wanted to ask was, because now there is a newborn in the picture, or a toddler, or young baby, young
She'll
human
be 8
involved.
months and 2 days.
Young human.
Yeah, 8 months. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How does that change you and your husband's dynamic when y'all are in public? Do y'all both carry? Is he?
Oh, we both always carry.
Yeah.
He always, yeah. He always has his firearm on him and at least 2 knives, and then I always have my firearm, a knife, and a tourniquet. So
and a grenade, right? No.
I know, right?
What's your everyday carry?
I carry right now the 6-hour Rose, and I have the Hollow Sun EPS close pistol sight on it. I love it, and I have the 9mm with the compensator. So if anybody listening, if you ever have an opportunity to add a compensator or get a firearm with a compensator, total game changer. I haven't looked back since.
My boy Breezy just dumped his seed.
I did, and not for what I got caught up in the hype. No, I didn't. We actually went to a shout out our homie Gun Daddy. We went and did some content with a guy, and he's always got he looks like James Bond, with like 2 hard cases of just every. And I ended up shooting one of his Springfield Armory guns, and I was like, "Yo, I like this a lot." So I ended up. Oh yeah, it's smooth. We went out. I don't know, last Monday and shot some long range and then some pistol range, and I like it a lot. So yeah,
I'm actually planning on dumping 2 of my pistols, so to either get that or get a CZ shotgun, because I want to get more into hunting as this decade comes into fruition for me. So so I mean, we're almost at an hour here. How can ladies find you and your content? Drop all your channels and your socials.
I'll make it real simple. I'm at the Tactical Baddie, Tactical Baddie, all together on all the platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
That's dope. And Breeze, you got any questions you want to ask? Or I know we were doing the what you call it.
We had a few scenarios last season. I'd be curious to know. So I don't know if we can switch it up any. So here was the question we were asking last season: doomsday scenario, food chains down. It looks like Mad Max when you go to the corner store. You got 2 choices. You can roll with John Wick or Jason Bourne. Who you going with?
Give me another alternative to Jason Bourne.
Oh wow. Okay. Or wow, that's a good one. Another
Will Smith and
that was a good. I was gonna go. Man, that's a good one.
Will Smith from what's the movie where he's the only one like
I
alive?
Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah. That's a good one. I didn't think about that. See, I guess we have to have some other
lined up just in case.
Okay.
I mean, Denzel
or Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
he was surgical with it,
Yeah. I will.
Or throw someone in there. Who are you thinking about?
Oh man, y'all definitely gonna put me on the spot with this one. I'm gonna go, and there's got to be a movie character, movie person.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
It could be anybody you want.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan from Without Remorse.
Oh
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go. What was the movie with Denzel and Mark Wahlberg?
Yes. That's not a bad. There's another. There's another.
Yeah, there is. I'll have to see. So
we gotta throw Bobby Lee Swagger in there.
I was just about to say Bob or Reacher.
Ooh.
Because he's big.
Yeah.
Swagger. I don't know if his hand to hand.
Yeah.
Is there
that's a fact.
I need somebody with.
That's good. I like that you actually thought about it. Like I could see you in your head. Like, all right.
Because I'm like, John,
who's riding shotgun with me?
But John throw his guns away too much. You need to keep your guns and pick up some mags.
He got unlimited ammo though. I don't know where he gets all his ammo from.
He flick it in the thing. I'm like, now.
I didn't know he was the one who like. I didn't know he was the one who standardized that. Like he made that a thing.
John Wick flip.
Something, the flip. Yeah, I didn't realize that until last year sometime. I was like, oh man. All right, so the next question we got for you for home safety. You going for a pistol, AR, or shotgun?
Oh, I'm going for the AR.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, which one?
The 300 Blackout.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I actually building one right now. All I'm missing is the anti-walk pins. And
really?
We got the suppressor and everything.
Are we gonna see some of that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Because the idea I wanted to actually before I got into the thick of the research and found out about the lead exposure while I was pregnant, it was my goal to build the quietest rifle possible, so you didn't have to worry about the decibels or being too loud when you shoot.
Interesting.
Indoors, but I didn't get to finish it before I had her. But I'm still
gonna be able to hear.
But 300 for sure. For sure. Give me that honey badger, baby. Give me that honey badger.
Well, y'all, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all follow Jazz and her movement. The Batty Brigade is real. It's cool to see women out here empowering other women, creating content that resonates. And Jazz, I want to say thank you for being on the show, for giving us your time. Yeah, man, we're excited to roll this out. Breeze, you got anything to say?
That's it, brother. Let's wrap it up. Thank you, everyone watching. Tactical Baddie.
Y'all so welcome, man. Y'all know y'all family, so I appreciate y'all having me on. It was fun.
All right.
Cool. Thank you.